What time is it? Your show. Yeah, what time is it? Your show. Yeah, what time is it? Your show. Yeah, he's back from the dead. Your show. Putting it on the map, yeah. Saskatoon. Right next to New York. New York. Yeah, what show, yeah. Your show. What time is it? Your show. Yeah, time to talk some shit, yeah. Your show.
You've tuned in, yeah?
Yeah, fun Maggie. Bark, bark, wolf, wolf, who wants a treat, yeah? Keep listening.
Hello and welcome in. What day is it today? Is it Monday? The Monday edition of your show. As the song just so appropriately described, we are the only show live on YouTube from 4 to 5 p.m. Monday to Friday, just like your network TV channels. And we're so damn proud to be able to say that to you, at least when it comes to Saskatoon and Saskatchewan. My name is Gary, still your busty host, still overweight. We're having a lot of fun here. We also make up categories where we are number one in, and I got a great one here today. We're the number one show on YouTube to have a guest literally just walk in the door and make his way to the stage. Ladies and gentlemen, you know him from the All Out Angst podcast. He is Uncle Mike.
Oh,
Hey, look at that entrance.
Well, thank you, Gary.
Welcome, sir.
Yeah, I haven't done one of those in a little while.
I missed you.
I like
This
the
is
walk-up.
great. Yeah, the walk-up's fun. We had
Yeah,
walk-up
it is.
music that we usually use too.
Definitely fun.
We got to get back into it. How are you doing?
I'm doing okay. You know, just hanging in there.
What does Uncle Brando always say? We got dragging on the ones and twos today. Live and present.
Yep.
Yeah, we are alive and present. Now,
That's
Maggie
right.
decided to move. Hey, can you come up here? I had a feeling she was in a nice spot. And then she did this one. Come on, get up here. We got to get a Maggie cam going, girl. It's been a while since you've done that. Coming up? She's not coming up. Okay, well, we might have to
Oh, wow.
freestyle this one. I wonder how we're going to do this. Maybe I'll yell. How about this? I'm going to take control. Watch this. This is why we go
boy.
live, baby.
Oh boy, anything can happen.
Anything can happen. Say hello to the Maggie Cam.
There it is.
There it is. Beautiful. Now don't move, Marge. You're a good puppy. You stay right there. I'm going to tell everyone about how awesome Pet Planet is. Whew, getting up is hard.
Yeah.
Out of breath.
It gets harder and harder.
The Maggie Cam for our fantastic pals over at Pet Planet on 8th Street, your pet's natural grocer. When you walk into those majestic doors, there's a beautiful angel named Leroy who has a bed right beside the door. That will greet you. Leroy also just so happens to be dating Maggie. They're a power couple in Saskatoon, or a puppy couple, a power puppy couple, if you will. Leroy walks you up to the counter where you'll say hi to Mike or Rochelle, and then the fun just keeps getting better. Margaret, head up. Here we go. Head up now. Animal training on the go. They give you the greatest service in the history of everything pets, okay? And if you go after hours or on the weekends, you'll say hi to Kirsten, Char, or Chris, and they'll give you that same service you've come to know and love. And do not forget about the greatest cleaning station in the history of pet stores. It's all there for you at Pet Planet on 8th Street, your pet's natural grocer, as Maggie is getting a pay cut after her poor performance. What episode are we, like 170, 180, something like that? Right around there, hey, Dragon? 181 times, and that's sort of the first one she half-assed. Can't
Not
win them
bad.
all.
Not bad. No, those are good odds, I guess.
That's the
Good
price you
numbers.
pay going
Yeah,
live, right?
exactly.
Johnny Carson always went live, and he'd have all the crazy animals
Oh,
going
yeah.
through there, and that's
Oh, yeah.
what the funny stuff happened at.
Yep.
So
Yep.
Here it is, as we are in those weird days in between the holidays and in between working and in between family and in between fun. It's like a no man's land. There was a old saying at the old place where lots of people love to take vacation time during this time. And one of my very close, awesome friends always told me, he's like, don't be a sucker, man. You work those days because no one else is. You go in there and you're not even working. You just hang out the whole
Right.
time. And
Just
it's
ghost
no man's
town,
land.
and
Exactly.
you kind of got it's a
Everyone's
little more
on
relaxed.
vacation. You're
and-
just doing your own thing.
Yeah.
And those words stuck with me. So now as we're in that sort of spot, we took 3 days off last week, and then we're here today. We're going to do a shorter one here just because we have a big night planned for tomorrow.
Mhm.
At 11 p.m., we will be doing the first ever Your Show New Year's Eve extravaganza. 11 p.m. we will start live here, and we're going to roll all the way into the new year, and you and all of your friends are welcome to join us. Send us messages of joy and happiness, and we're going to share all the positivity and all the good karma that we got as we roll that calendar into 2025.
I must say, I'm really excited for the indoor fireworks.
It's going to be fun, right? I got...
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I figure you'll come up with something
The
and
boys,
not burn the place
so far
down.
I was told only sparklers, but I'm thinking we can at least get some bottle rockets going here, or maybe some of those Roman candles.
Yeah, maybe.
See what happens.
For now, I guess.
I'm not seeing too
Maybe-
much
maybe
leakage
not.
over there. We'll see.
I'm sure you could develop something that's
Hey,
you
you're
know,
the
indoor
maker.
friendly. Well, we could
Maybe we could have a little science experiment here and just have that go.
Yeah, you know, or like those Christmas poppers, but you hybridize them, and
course.
you know, you cut a few up, put them a couple together,
Juice
put
them
some
up a little bit.
Or like those little like what are those? Do they even make those anymore? Those little like
crackers. I remember
champagne,
those.
like the crackers. But then
Oh.
they used to have. They looked like little kind of pop cans, and you'd pull a string and they'd shoot confetti.
Yep. I've seen those.
Yeah, I don't
I know what you're
I mean,
talking about.
Make a huge mess. You
know,
know,
that's probably why we
people
don't see
love
'em much
cleaning 'em
anymore.
up. Probably,
Yeah.
probably not. Probably killing
People
the
probably
environment and whatnot.
complained and can't have it anymore.
Or
Can't
took
have
an
nice
eye out
things.
or something. 'cause
Gonna
that's-
shoot your eye out.
Yeah.
It
Shoot
definitely
your eye.
happens.
That's one movie I did not watch.
That was supposed
over
to be
the
on your
holidays.
list.
It was.
Do you feel
I
great
did
shape?
not. Well, a little bit of shame. I
would say
mean, I'm not,
that's
not
fair.
losing sleep over it
Yeah,
or anything.
Thank goodness.
But honestly, didn't. We watched some movies with the kids, but I don't know. We didn't watch that many movies. I guess there's still time.
Yeah.
We're still kind of in
We're
the
still
season.
out there.
I do kind of find it interesting how the lead up to Christmas is like a month long.
Yeah.
And then as soon as Christmas Day hits, it's like it
Gone.
never happened.
Didn't exist.
You know, whether it's the music, whether it's the scenery, whether it's the whatever, the vibe. You know, you wanted to use your favorite word, the vibe that people have. You know, it's just like the Christmas is just gone. And I'm still kind of, because I get into it so late.
Yeah.
I'm like,
You're
no,
just
I want
getting
it.
started.
Yeah, I want it to run from
Yeah.
like the 20th to the 30th or something. You know,
Absolutely. I hear you.
and that's the Christmas zone for me, not December 2nd.
Yeah, because you're trying to get everything ready so you can enjoy your time.
Right.
I'm
yes.
with you.
Yeah.
You know, whoever made these Christmas rules needs to be kicked in the groin.
Yeah. I don't know. Is it you know, dictated by the shopping and the commercialism and
I think
Stuff
we
like that. I don't
all know who dictates it, and I don't think we're allowed to talk about it. So we'll just move on so we don't get shot.
yes,
I think that's how
wise
it works,
move.
right?
Wise move.
We love the government and YouTube and all these awesome things that allow us to live this incredible life that we are currently living. Whatever it is you're doing, whatever you're up to, I hope it's going fantastic as we get ready to bring in the new year. A little bit more about tomorrow night. So we're going to be checking in. We're going to have the Zoom working with a couple people here and there, some special guests throughout the night. We're going to have some recorded stuff and a lot of fun eventually leading into the rollover of the new year. And then we'll take the Wednesday off and get back with our first show of the new year on the Thursday. So that will be very fun. That's a little bit of, what do they call it? What is it? Network programs. A little bit of program scheduling for you to keep
There
in
you go.
mind if you're a diehard fan. Looking at you, Mom and Dad. We'll see you tomorrow night. I also heard that my brother might be throwing a party over at his place. So
Cool.
to him and the kids, they'll be getting lots of shout outs tonight as we make through New Year's. Make it through 2024.
Yeah. Wild.
Man, I don't know about you, but my life sure changed this year.
Yeah. Yeah. Yours definitely did change quite a bit.
This is
It's-
something.
I mean, mine changed, I think. Maybe not as dramatically as yours.
Well,
but,
hey, everyone's
I think-
changes are different. They're all different on their own little way.
Changes.
Don't get me started. I don't want to start
I know.
singing yet.
No.
Any updates on the van debacle? If you've been following at home, Uncle Mike's I've been trying to get his van home from Calgary for about 3 months now, and I don't want to tear open the Band-Aid. I do hope there's good news. That was the idea behind me asking. I realized right after I asked it, it's probably way too soon. There's no chance there's good news, so we're going to move right along and ask,
No,
how
that's
was
okay.
Christmas time for Uncle Mike?
It was good. It was
Besides
busy.
the movies, of course.
Yes, yeah. As it always kind of is. Just a lot of running around to different gatherings and family dinners.
How many dinners did you have?
3.
That's not bad.
So not too bad. And they were kind of spaced out. Like we did one the Sunday night, which would have been
Yeah, we
the
did too.
22nd or the 23rd. 22nd, 21st maybe?
21st.
21st?
Yeah.
20,
22nd was the Monday. 23rd.
Okay, yeah.
No.
22nd.
22nd was the Sunday.
Yeah.
23rd was the Monday. We did a show on Monday, and it was LD's
Right.
birthday. We
Yes,
gave him a big
that's
shout out.
right.
And then Tuesday was 24th, Christmas.
Yeah, and then we had and then one Christmas Eve and then one Christmas Day. So it's they all just kind of go by, and all of a sudden you wake up and it's like, oh, it's Christmas Day, I guess, let's
Here it is.
celebrate.
Yeah.
And,
Did you get any rest, any sort of, alone time to yourself? Or was it just all go, go, go?
no, I did. Kind of the Christmas Day was good, obviously with the kids and
Yeah, that's more
and kind of-
what I'm getting at.
That's when that's when that slow pace, like the low idle kind of hits, and then we did dinner that evening, and then kind of Boxing Day was even more chill. I drank coffee and helped the kids build Lego,
Stuff, yeah.
and I organized my garage. I was setting up some shelving and some
Always
tire
working.
racks. And
Always working.
yeah, and then over the weekend, I put in that new clutch in the
Woo!
tractor.
Woo!
So then I was blowing snow this morning.
And it worked?
It worked.
Everything's awesome?
There'll be a few minor adjustments,
That's how old's that tractor? Like 70s?
It's a 79. Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah. So that was rewarding, I
Yes,
guess, to
got
like
to
a
have some
big
fun.
thing kind of off my list. And yeah, like kind of doing work, but it's
Stuff you
very
like to do.
chill, and it's
Yeah.
just like stuff that I want to do and I need to do, and I enjoy sometimes doing it. So yeah, like a slower pace, drinking too much coffee throughout the day, and some sleeping in, and some staying up late, and
Here.
Eating bad or not eating, I guess.
You got tricked with any gluten again?
I might have been dosed a little bit on the
Oh, my.
evening of the 22nd.
It's so hard to
I might
keep
have been
track
a little
of, eh?
dosed.
Yeah.
But whether or not the kids and Amanda were baking cookies on the 22nd, so there might have been some
In the air.
yeah. Or at dinner where I possibly ingested some, and it was like I said, you kind of feel like shit for a little bit. And then you get over it. It doesn't usually linger. Like if I'm not eating a whole bunch, with the intention of like, I'm gonna eat this bread and feel like shit for 3 days. It's like no. It's like you got a little dosed, and then you get over it. It kind of passes through the system relatively quickly. So
Like most things, you got to be aware.
exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you know what you're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd said on the Friday show we did that for the first time, I felt the true pains of helping out fully at Christmas time. Like fully, like never, if you pay attention, there's enough work to never stop for the entire day of Christmas Day.
This is very true.
And I never thought that because I've always just been the lazy guy who's just sitting there and watching everyone work. Like, man, that sucks. Man, Christmas is the best. Woo, I love to go football,
Yep.
And I really tried to make a point of helping out with everybody while I was there, and it didn't stop. And I couldn't, Boxing Day, I could barely move. Like, my back was seized up, my neck was, crooked, everything was just horrible. Like, how do people do this for so long?
Yeah, it's a full day of work. If
Holding
you're
respect
on
for all that.
dinner responsibility kind of thing, which we did, we hosted last year. We didn't have to host anything this year. I did help my brother a little bit. Anywhere I go, I'm like the designated potato masher. So that's.
I thought you were going to say the
call me up.
designated helper.
Well,
mashers did
sometimes,
too,
but
yeah.
I keep
Being a jack
my
of all
helping
trades.
at a minimum. If I'm
don't
not
wanna
doing the
show
full
too
thing,
much,
it's like, mash. I'll get my mashing in there. Take out some aggression.
Yeah.
It's rewarding.
I've
They
murdered
go
a
from
few
potatoes to mashed potatoes. So
So
it's
good.
yeah,
And you get some
it-
garlic and butter in there,
oh,
and off
yeah.
you go.
Oh yeah.
I ate a
But
lot of that.
no, it's a full time. And then obviously the lead up, it's like, you got to clean the house and you got to do laundry and you got to
I never
vacuum and mop
ever
and whatever.
understood that stupid idea that your house is about to get trashed. So why not make sure it's so clean so the first few people that get in there can say, "Wow, your house is so clean."
Yeah, and then it goes to.
Who cares? It's going to be garbage in a couple minutes. Just leave it. Okay, don't leave it, but don't deep clean the Pope's coming to visit.
No.
You don't need to do that. I've done that so many times. I've been told, you have to vacuum this and scrub this and do that. It's like, why? The heck are you doing? I get it once in a while, sure, but we just did all that a week ago. It's all clean here. Just let me just give it a quick one too. But no.
Yeah.
You got to get everything so no one will judge you. Yep. Man, who's going to judge me if they're coming here to have an awesome time? The only thing they're going to judge me is, man, I can't believe he didn't make it more awesome. And I'm okay with that. I don't need you to be judging because there's, a piss driblet on the seat. Get out of here. It's a piss driblet.
Yeah, that's what it's supposed to mean. It's better than in the plant or something, right?
Right.
That's,
Yeah. I don't know. Sometimes I think simple is truly the answer. Common sense and simplicity. Yep. They're like two of my favorite things going right now. As we are hanging out on the Monday edition of your show, we got my main man from the All That Angst podcast, Uncle Mike, and all his natural products. Man, we did Uncle Grandma's Storytime, new episode 10, up now on the channel. And we were talking about Uncle Grandma's beard and how you wanted some beard stuff. And then we were showing off, said, hey, right here, DAM20 promo code, get yourself a discount when you order. It's still going and it's still there for you. And I'm sure there's a lot of discounts that people would love to take advantage of at this turnover of the new year.
Yes. Yes.
I was killing time to lead into this. If you want to be a part of any of the cool shit you see around here, we have so much fun doing such incredible things, making the world a better place. If you want to be a part of that, it's so easy. You have an organization, you got a show, or anything in between, we can help you. Just send us an email. It's right there. contact@dufferinav.com. It's just like the website with a couple extra letters and an @ in it. Here's the proof. That's our website, dufferinav.com. Making truth out of the last sentence. Let us know. We're easily available. I know I'm horrified of social media. That's why we got the best in the biz in Wendy Brooks Media doing all of that for us. This is another way you can reach out. Got any ideas maybe for the New Year's Eve extravaganza going on tomorrow night at 11 p.m.? Let us know. We'll give you some shout outs. We'll promote whatever it is you're doing. I will say, I just got a text from my friend Rachel, who was the former executive director, I believe, of Elmwood, and she is now with the, I believe it's the Saskatoon Community, or something big. She's one of the most incredible angels that walk this earth. And we're setting up a meeting next week. And I'm very, very excited to see her, as she is a woman who is the epitome of doing good things, doing great things, and making the world a better place. So we're excited to get her in here and work with her and work with our friends through One Small Step and all of this stuff. Like, we have so much good going on here.
There's a lot.
So
Yeah. There's
so proud of everybody.
A lot of new things kind of coming for the new year, and that's always exciting.
It's very cool. What's going on for the new year with Uncle Mike's All Natural Products?
Well, I
put you on the spot here. This is what he does.
Hope
I always put him on the
to.
spot.
I mean, we've talked about, and getting the DAM crew in and doing a couple things, so I'm kind of excited about that.
I can see something over there that looks really exciting on that board.
That's
the
beginnings of some wondrous things.
Some incredible artwork.
Yes,
for sure.
I mean,
Stickmen are all the
high
rage.
quality. How else do you do art? You gotta starts with an idea, the Stickman idea, and then it evolves into something majestic.
And it will.
Yeah.
We got any turnover, any products that we're looking at, anything exciting, or is it just, hey, let's keep it on the rails and keep rolling?
It's, a few kind of in the works. I'm looking at maybe doing some new merch. I've got a couple ideas for a couple different merch things.
Ooh.
And there's stuff going on.
There's always
Nothing
stuff.
huge. I don't know.
See, I'm starting to realize with this place that, like, whenever anyone asks, hey, what's going on? There's like a million things in my head that are going on, but really what's going on? Well, we're sitting here talking today.
Right. And to the outside, to the outside perspective, it'll just kind of look like business as usual, but from the other side, it's like, well, a lot of wheels in motion, It's kind of a constant trying to keep things rolling.
Ain't that the truth? We are missing our third member of the AOA podcast, as Matt from All the Bands was just in here, picking up his amplifier, his beautiful amp, because the band's practicing. Got a big jam going on, got some Raven Witch stuff happening, and I was talking with him about the other thing we're really, really, really excited about around here is with all these bands that have come through here, with our deal with Three Hall and our buddies in Bloom Entertainment, we've had bands, incredible musicians walk through here, and it just got me to the point where I said, man, we can do more for these people. We should be doing more for these people. So I was talking to Matt, and just so you know, and you're in the loop now, next Tuesday at 2 o'clock, we're going to have a nice little meeting.
Okay.
And we're going to talk about how we go about basically starting the Dufferin Avenue Media Network label. And I use the term label because that's what we want to be like. Just like this is like a TV network. This isn't a YouTube show. This isn't a podcast. This is a show on a network. We want bands on a label, just like it used to be done. So the Untimely Demises, the Raven Witches, all of these bands, and guys like the Abyss, these independent artists who could use somebody to just guide them, to just show people how incredibly talented these people are and to get their work out there. So we're going to have a big brainstorming session about what that's going to look like. But that's one of the biggest things we want to do in the new year is start a music side to this whole thing, because we have way too many talented musicians to not be showing them off every single chance we get. And then, of course, that leads into the big concert we are planning as well, which will be in the new year. And we're hoping within the next 4 or so months, 3 or 4 maybe months. We'll see how it all works out. But big, big things happening, all because we just want to help each other.
Damn records.
Oh, there it is.
That's
Damn record sounds pretty. Dragon?
I like
hey?
seeing that.
Yeah, Dragon. He's blowing some fire for that one.
On
He
the
likes
bottom
it.
of a CD, you know, on the back.
Absolutely. Just like the old days, right? Bring it back.
Yeah.
Bring it back. We're ready. The world's ready. I was talking to my Uncle Kev, shout out to Uncle Kev, the greatest uncle in the universe. He gave me his couch finally.
Nice.
I got his old couch in the house, so I don't have the dirty old one that has all the bottom.
Yeah, all the wood.
I can't wait for you to sit on it.
I know.
Yeah,
I'm going to get comfortable.
My sciatica's already feeling better. My neck's back to normal. It's only been a couple days. I was talking to Uncle Kev about how TV was left behind by the internet and streaming, and everybody loved it until internet and streaming became TV.
Mm-hmm.
You can't watch a show unless you watch here on the network. I've noticed this as I've watched all these shows that we have here. No commercials. Nothing's going to break in the middle of it. When you stop it and still come back to it later, there's no commercials for you to go through. And then there's another one after you skip that one, because you have to see at least 2, maybe 3.5 commercials, because that's streaming. That's the internet. Uncle Kev says they just flip. And I said, isn't that cool that over here on the Dufferin Ave Media Network, you don't see that shit?
Mm-hmm.
We made sure. I told him. I said we made sure we didn't monetize so they can't get those stupid commercials in on our thing. This is our baby, and we don't want any of that garbage. We want to keep this the way people enjoy it.
Keep that baby garbage free.
That's right.
That's what I said when I was raising my kids.
That's right. Keep that garbage out of there.
Keep my kids garbage free.
Hey, get out of the dumpster, kids.
What parenting advice do you have for new parents, Uncle Mike? Just keep those babies garbage free. I don't know what that means, but it I think sums it up.
Words to live by.
Yeah.
I would live by them for sure.
There you go.
So a lot of exciting things going on, and I'm looking very, very forward to all of that. Now, here's something for you, and I know you don't know much about this, but I'll just bounce it off you.
Sure.
My brother Davey, shout out to my brother Davey. He
Dave.
was in a battle this weekend, just like I was. Fantasy football playoffs. Championship weekend. If you're lucky enough to make it in, congratulations. And also, if you were lucky enough to make it in, what the hell? Like, it was a wild weekend. We saw guys. So here's the deal with fantasy football, real quick. You pick players, they play, and then you get points for touchdowns, catches, passes, and all that stuff, rushing yards. This past weekend, we were told on basically Friday that there's going to be crazy weather all across the United States. No game will be safe. It's going to be rain here. It's going to be snowstorms here. All these. If you have a player on this team, do not play him. So that weather scare worked against so many people, including my brother, who's in a final against another dude, and he's at 5 points going into tonight.
Ooh.
I'm in a final against the Wing King, a rematch from last year. The Wing King sent me a message saying, I better win. I'm so sick of losing to you 4 times in a row. I'm sorry, Wing King. I felt bad. And then there was a point where Baker Mayfield, who was a quarterback for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, again, Tampa Bay was supposed to be covered in rain, impossible to throw, don't start a person. So 2 minutes before kickoff, I take Baker Mayfield out of my lineup. I put in Jordan Love for the Green Bay Packers. Baker Mayfield goes on to throw for 5 touchdowns, put up about 44 points. If I would have played him, I would have won. Ladd McConkey's playing in New England. New England's supposed to be covered in snowstorm, unable to pass, do not play any receivers, especially if they're from the West Coast like the LA Chargers. So I sat Ladd McConkey again 2 minutes before the game. Ladd McConkey goes off for 30 points, 2 tutties, 8 catches, 97 yards.
That stings.
I left about 70 points on the bench. And then the Wing King, just as like at that point, I was about 19% favored. So I'm done. Like, this is over. Wing King, all hail the Wing King. This dude shows up, and he plays a guy named Jerome Ford in Cleveland. In Cleveland, they say, yeah, it's bad weather. Play the running backs. That's what you got to do. So in Cleveland, he plays the running backs. Achan for Miami and Ford for Cleveland. Ford goes for 2 points. Achan goes for 5 points. Wing King, at the last second, switches out for Jaden Reed for the Green Bay Packers. The Packer game goes on. Jaden Reed has 1 point in that game. He goes to the night game. He plays Scary Terry McLaurin, one of the best wide receivers in the NFL this year. He's an all-pro. Scary Terry puts up 1 point. And all of a sudden, going into tonight, with all of that calamity, going into tonight, we got a coin flip. The Wing King sits at a 51% favorite. This guy sits at a 49% favorite. We have to cover about 56 points, and I got 4 guys going tonight. We got Jahmyr Gibbs, who's one of the best running backs in all of football, the Detroit Lions. We got Greg Kittle, who is the best tight end in football for the San Francisco 49ers. And we got a guy named Jamison Williams, who's a wide receiver for Detroit. He's like a second string guy. And we got the kicker for the Lions named Jake Bates. We got 4 guys. And here is the kicker, the final cherry on top. Normally, we'd be good with that. Like, all right, we got great guys ready to go. The only problem at this time of year is do teams have something to play for? In this case, these 2 teams have nothing to play for. So my brother Davey, he's the only guy left that he has to play against is Jared Goff, quarterback for the Lions. Now, this quarterback is a very good quarterback, and he's very important to the Detroit Lions. So every bone in my body is telling me they're not going to play this guy. The game means nothing. Therefore, don't get your quarterback hurt in a meaningless game. It's common sense.
Right.
So that might be good for Davey. George Kittle has 33 yards to go for his 4th 1,000-yard season. Just 33. So he has something to play for. Davey and I both got George Kittle. That's playing in our favor. He'll be playing at least until he gets to that. Jahmyr Gibbs is the only running back Detroit has. They used to have the 2-headed monster. They used to call him Sonic and Nails. Is that the other guy? Tails? Not Tails. Knuckles. Sonic and Knuckles.
Oh, yeah.
So Jahmyr Gibbs is Sonic, and then David Montgomery was Knuckles. It was like the lightning and thunder type of thing. And Montgomery got hurt a couple weeks ago. So it's just Gibbs, which normally would be awesome because that means all the touches for Gibbs.
Right.
But if they're not trying to win this damn football game, Gibbs ain't going to play. So that is my scenario. I'm like, I'm going to be screwed. The only thing I got, even if you're sitting everybody, you don't sit the kicker. Maybe Jake Bates goes off for like 7 field goals tonight. And if he does, we'll be running around topless, screaming at the top of our lungs, thank you to all the gods in the world.
So a normal Monday night for you, running around topless.
If you come around these parts, yes, that's what it is. Yep. But isn't that
So
crazy?
that right
down to the wire.
That was a roller coaster of emotions for me. I knew
still going
30% of kind of what you said.
But it's in my shoes.
It's interesting to see how how quickly, like, just when you thought you were down and out, it's like, oh no, but it's affecting other people,
and for him,
right?
So it started out with me up here, then him, then me, then him, and now we're both right here.
Yeah. Now you're kind of back to even.
And he's got no one to play for. I spent the entire Sunday night game cursing at the screen at Jaden Daniels. Like, stop being so good. This game was over, and Jaden Daniels had a very reasonable amount of points for me. And all that was left was a 56-yard field goal. And, of course, that 56-yard field goal was missed, which led to overtime. And in that overtime, the Falcons didn't touch the ball again, and Daniels went down and put on about 14 more points with a tutty. And it literally took me from a favorite to an underdog. Just that little bit of overtime.
Like, where is this in? Like, it almost sounds like some, like, insider trading type stuff, like falsifying some weather information. Like, is that coming from, like, is that coming from like one of your sources? Does that come from a fantasy? Does that come just from the NFL in general? Does that just come from the weather?
You asked
people.
I've been talking about this a lot. It's called, and I was in the finals last year with Wing King, so I know this. It's called the championship final overthinking, whatever you want to call that. I sat there every day since I knew I was in the final, messing with my lineup, looking at weather reports, trying to do all this stuff. When in reality, stick with the guys that got you there. That's all you got to do. But I'm trying to game the system, thinking I need to be smart because this is the finals. I have to do this right. And I played myself at a 70 points. This could have been over 2 days ago.
Yeah, like, what do they say? Never change a horse midstream or
That's
whatever.
It. Yeah.
Right? It's like, and I do find with a lot of that stuff, I don't know, odds and whatnot, that like you make your choice and you just stick with your choice.
Follow your gut,
right?
man.
That's
follow your gut. Like,
gut instincts.
It's even worse because you do all that tinkering until it's game time, and then none of it matters, and you do the opposite of what you thought 2 minutes before the kickoff. Like, what are you doing? And then you sit there. And I know the Wing King went through this too. We both were like just just pounding ourselves for being so stupid. Like, why would we let all this stuff change the fact that we got there with this crew?
Right.
It shouldn't matter, and it's just highly embarrassing. So anyone else who went over that championship finals fantasy football overthinking, I'm right there with you, and it is very embarrassing, but just know that we had a lot of fun this year. And that's sort of the take-home, I think. How's that?
Yeah, that makes sense. I
Pretty
think as
good,
long
eh?
as you had fun, I guess that's the name of the game.
Yeah, you get in
You
there,
know?
you hang out with the boys, you have a fun draft, and then off you go. Well, I don't got much more here. I just wanted to say hello, check in, let everyone know about tomorrow night at 11 p.m. You got anything else going on you want to get out there?
Not particularly. I guess it's one thing that I kind of have. It was mentioned. Another buddy mentioned it. Is that Sum 41
Ooh.
Gob show is coming up in? I think it's.
Jump in the lake.
I think it's the
Sometime
17th.
there will
It's at
be
Sass
some-
Place.
Sass Place,
It's
hey?
you know I don't know. I didn't really need to mention it. I guess it just kind of
Dude,
popped
this is
into
what
my
I'm talking
head
about.
and.
You're getting better. Normally, when I put you on the spot, we do the off
Right.
for a while, and I
So
feel
at least I
really-
had something
That's what I'm
loaded, you
saying.
know,
You-
in
and
the
you brought up
holster kind of thing.
A great question. Is Sass Tellson the place for something?
Well, so this is, anytime a show that I would potentially go see and I see the venue is Sastel, I'm just like, I don't really want to go. There is a chance that I may snag it. I won't purchase a ticket necessarily, but if an opportunity comes
of
up, that I
course.
would probably take it. But again, it's just
It'd be
not.
sweet to man. Go ahead.
Yeah, I know. I think if Sum 41, like they're probably have a bigger following in Canada specifically than Dropkick Murphys would. I would think they're
I think
a
so.
little more mainstream-ish,
Catchy.
whatever.
Catchy, and they got some bangers, man. People
Yeah.
sleep on Sum 41. The hate got so real when they got popular and mainstream that people forgot they were good.
Yep.
They could put some songs together. And Gob, exactly.
Right. Yeah. Totally.
Like Radio ruined Gob.
Yeah.
Gob was that. Like still, Soda is one of my favorite songs.
Mhm.
And it's like the first time I got to play that on mainstream radio, it was like I could hear the angels crying down from the heavens. It was like
This is happening.
another victory for the little guys. Like,
Mhm.
yes, now you're getting it. This is what people want to hear.
Yep.
And it's just so cool. And to see them would be pretty damn cool. But
Mhm.
it'd be, for me, probably like that Dropkick show where you go for the Pennywise. Like, I go for the Gob, and
Right.
I might stay for a couple of Sum 41 bangers and then beat the crowd.
Yeah, I think so.
I think people need to, maybe that's just society as a whole, hey? Just not going out enough. Because it's like, I get going, and shout out to Scotty Ford and the team over at Sastel Center. I love those guys. They're such good people. And they're always trying to make sure all of these things work because they don't, just like anyone else, they don't want anything to get canceled.
Right.
And I feel like it should do at least as well as Dropkick, which
I
think would be a good
so.
thing.
I
Yeah.
would definitely think so. I mean, and like you say, like you hope for the venue and for the band that obviously it goes off as they expect it to.
Yeah.
But yeah, even going out for me it just gets a little harder, you know.
Dragon and I were just talking about that. We were talking about me leaving the house. It was a very funny situation that we created for me leaving the house. Right? He goes, "Yeah, you never leave the house anyway." I said, "Well, that's not true. You and LB got me out for Fireside, and it was one of the best nights I had all year.
There you go.
Literally filled me up with Christmas spirit. I had nothing until that moment. And then once I heard that beautiful, beautiful choir start covering Gordon Lightfoot, okay, I'm in. I'm back." And then it left midnight Christmas night.
Yeah.
You know, and I guess that's why.
Comes in and then it
I
goes.
guess that's why it shuts off right
Yep.
there, hey?
Yep.
That's why the switch flips. Everybody waits for that
Mhm.
last little day. All right, Dragon, what do you say? We get Frankie woken up and make our way out of here on this shortened version of the Monday edition of your show. Beautiful. There he is. You can hear it? That's amazing. It's okay. Sounds great. Ah, yes. Missed you so damn much over the weekend. We just told you about all the exciting, cool things going on here at the network. We got new shows coming. We got new people coming through. We got new advertisers, new sponsors ready to go. So much fun. So many people coming together saying, yes, we want to make the world a better place too. And that makes me so damn proud. Thank you to you and everyone else. And do not forget, tomorrow night, put it in your alarm if you do that sort of thing, or put it in your mental alarm. Is that Kramer with the mental clock?
Mhm.
Bring guess. Oh, so good. 11 p.m. We're going to be bringing in the new year. We're going to celebrate with you. Going live. And it's going to be a lot of fun. 11 p.m. Give us a message. Check this out. I got this. Let us know. You want to give a shout out to anyone? You got anything you want to talk about? Anyone you want to send a nice message to? Contact at dufferinav.com. That's our email. It's so easy. And then guess what? We're connected. And then guess what? Maybe next time you can come on in. So much fun. I also want to give a big shout out to my main man, John, who's been in here throughout the last week or so as we've moved into recording books, ebooks, audio recordings in the new toothbrush program. And it's going extremely well. So thank you to him for being so good at that whole process as we're learning together. It means a lot. And I'll see him tomorrow, just like I will see you tomorrow. One more time, 11 p.m. Be sure to join us live as we ring in the new year. We'll have the countdown going. We'll have friends. We'll have family. We'll have so much more. And hopefully we'll have you there as well. Because I say it all the time, without you, there is no this. There is no us. And it's sad. No one wants to be sad. You don't want to be sad.
I don't want to be sad.
Don't make Uncle be sad. That's not very nice. Okay, so let us know. And to our friends at Deneb, at Nickel Plumbing, at Aquaman, and so many more, we appreciate you and all that you do. You take care tonight. Enjoy that football. Let's hope they keep those starters on the field, at least until we get that 56 points, all right? And it's going to be a very good day tomorrow. And to you, I wish you all the best. Have an incredible evening. I love you. I appreciate you. And remember, karma is very, very real. So do good things, and I promise it'll start happening to you, all right? Have a great Monday.
Smell you later.
Piano.